Last week we wrapped up the Giordano series. At least for now. It may come back a little bit later. And let me tell you, that bike can totally shred. It might have come from Walmart, but as of right now, it's actually my favorite bike to ride, even more so than my full suspension Kona. But let's go ahead and let's start a brand new series on my backyard trail. This is going to be a brand new trail. It's actually going to run to the left of the current drop-in trail. If you guys aren't familiar with the drop-in, you probably have watched me ride it whenever I did the Giordano series. This is a trail that starts you off on a deck that is 10 feet high, and to get off of it, you've got to go down a 35-degree slope. And after you go down the drop-in, you start hitting multiple features, from a gap jump, a giant squirrel tail, big woody, a shark fin, and then at the end, a giant arrow jump. Now my main plan for this trail is to transfer my jump line that I built last year into this line. The main problem with the jump line was getting the speed up. You had to pedal as hard as you could to actually be able to get enough speed to clear those tabletops. And a lot of times it was pretty hard to do. Wait a minute, you're doing another drop-in? Hell yeah! This is gonna be one sweet mother of a trail. I can't wait to ride this one. Oh man, sorry I interrupted. Go on, get back to it. All right, Bad Mike is super stoked and I'm super stoked. Let's go ahead and let's get this thing started. So the first thing that I want to do is clean up any branches or debris and cut down any small trees that might be in the way of this building process. Now that I've got all the branches and debris out of the way, I can go ahead and start framing in this new drop-in. I'm not really sure exactly how this is going to work. I'm going to wing it as I go through this process. Stand up on top and see what it looks like from up top and from down below. Once we have a good idea of what's going to actually work, then we can start putting it all together. If you guys have watched my other builds, you know that I love to use recycled products. Anytime I can get something from like an old torn down deck to rebuild and repurpose for a mountain bike feature, I think that's awesome. But as I was taking down the railing on this feature, I realized the wood that I was using just wasn't gonna work. I needed to go buy a fresh new piece of wood. So I packed everything up and headed out to Lowe's. I picked up a 2x6x10 for a little over $10. Now that I tore down the old framing that I did yesterday, I know exactly what measurements I need to do. So let's go ahead, let's get this new board cut and put into place. Man, this is gonna look so much better with this new piece of wood. Now that I got all the framing and bracing done, it's time to start putting down some decking boards. This is where the project really starts to come together. Well, I got as much done on the upper portion of the deck that I could with the wood that I had. Unfortunately, I ran out of long decking boards and I'm gonna have to make another trip back to Lowe's to pick some of those up. Man, I hope I don't need too many because those run about $1 a foot per board. this could get really expensive. But in the meantime, I have some shorter lengths and I need to go ahead and start on the ramp. I went ahead and made another trip up to Lowe's to get that decking wood. Now that I've got it, I can go ahead and finish this upper portion. This is going to be great to have the decking portion completely wrapped up. All right, drop-in crew, I got the deck portion of this done except for one railing, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's go back down and finish up the ramp. So I want to give a big thanks to our drop-in crew pro members. Thank you so much for being a pro member. If you guys are interested in becoming a pro member, go over to my YouTube page and click the join button. Now that I've got the decking and the ramp done, I've got one last thing that I need to do, and that's put up this final railing and clear out any extra branches that are in the way. Now that I got all the branches out of the way and the decking and ramp is fully done, what do you say we take the Giordano out and give this thing a try? Bad Mike, wait, I want to ride this thing first. No way, Mike, it's my turn. You always get to ride the drop-in first. My time to shine. Let's do this. This drop-in is sick. You did an awesome job on this, Mike. I can't wait to see the rest of this trail. All right, you loved it, Bad Mike? That is such good news. All right, now hand me over that Giordano because I want to shred this trail. There you go. That is the brand new drop-in to the brand new jump line trail. In the next episode in this backyard trail series, I'm going to be cutting the brand new trail that's going to go all the way to the end of my property. And that's going to be the line that we're going to be using to build all these awesome features on. So I hope you guys subscribe and stay with me because this is going to be a sweet series.